The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. And good morning. Good time to cough just as you come on the air. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be. It's a little low. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 4th day of January 2023, the first of our regular 2001 in Action PC Odyssey broadcasts. It is Wednesday, April 4th, 2001, and the Seattle Mariners and Oakland Athletics are finishing a 3-game set to start the season here in Seattle. The Mariners are 2-0 as we get underway, and they will go with Aaron Seeley on the mound, a 15-game winner for Seattle in 2001. Felix Heredia gets the call for Oakland. The A's have dropped the first two of this series, so the Mariners off to the flying start you thought they were at 2-0. The surprise, I think, to me in all this is the Mariners' pony year. They won 110 or 12 games or whatever it was without Ken Griffey Jr., who was in Cincinnati and hurt a lot over the course of that contract. But, Edgar Martinez is here, John Olerud, and Ichiro. And oh my goodness, Ichiro is just amazing. And so with all that, the Mariners look to sweep the A's on a Wednesday night, April 4th, 2001. Mariners and A's next. As Retro Sports Network presents 2001 an Action PC Season Odyssey. Tonight, from Safeco Field in Seattle, Washington, it's the Seattle Mariners and the Oakland Athletics. And tonight's game is brought to you by DigitalToDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And so how are we doing? Midlife crisis? And Kurt Berglund, are you still in Bogota? How you doing, Matt? So welcome to the show. Aaron Seeley making his first start, and Andrew Rothman. Aaron Seeley making his first start of 2001, 31 years old. He throws a curveball. That's his primary pitch, and the fastball tops out at 84 and is a ground ball pitcher. On the real season, 15-5 with a 3.60 ERA, 215 innings, 216 hits, 25 homers. Brad Radke approves. 51 walks and 114 strikeouts. Here's how the A's will line up. Johnny Damon. I forgot he played for Oakland. He leads off in left field. Ortiz is at second. He'll bat second. One of the Giambis is at first. Both Jason and Jeremy are members of Oakland in 2001. The one that plays first bats third. Junior Saenz is the DH. I think it's Junior. We'll find out in a moment. He cleans up as a DH. Andy Chavez at third, I think, batting fifth. I know it's Miguel Tejada at short. He'll bat sixth. Terrence Long is in center. He'll bat seventh. The other Giambi is in right field batting eighth, and Hernandez behind the plate will bat ninth. Heredia should throw about 85 pitches. 3 games into the season, and you're already working pens a lot. Martin, by the way, as we set the Mariners defensively, is an 8-2 in left. Mike Cameron is a 10-5 in center for Seattle, and Ichiro is a 10-8 his rookie year in the majors. David Bell is 6 at third. Guillen is a 3 at short. Brett Boone is a 6 at second. John Olerud, a 6 at first. Lampkin gets the call behind the plate. He's a 5 and a 3. And Seeley, how you doing, Zelderon, is an 8 on the mound with a 970 fielding percentage. Damon 2 for 7 on the year, 256, 9 homers, and 49 RBI on the real year. And Seeley starts this 2001 with a ground ball to Olerud. He'll underhand it to Aaron, covering the bag, and there's one out. Jose Ortiz, 1 for 7 on the replay, 7 for 42 on the real year. That's a 167 average and 3 RBI. Doing all right, Zelderon, thank you. Seeley kicks and fires, and Ortiz grounds this one to Boone. Brett throws it over to first, 2 quick out. For Jason Giambi, who is at first, and so Jeremy is at right. Jason, 2 for 6 on this replay. 2 singles, hitting .333. A monster presence, especially if Oakland gets to the wild card spot again. They were a 100-win team in 2001. He hit .342, 38 homers, and 120 RBI, and was allowed to sit on Mark McGwire's special B12 chair in the Oakland dugout. Pitch to Jason is a fly ball left center field. Cameron moving over, and the A's go in order. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the first coming up. A's get nothing. Here comes Seattle. It's Gil Heredia. And Gil, at 35, does not have a year to write home about. He's a fastball pitcher at 83 and a fly ball pitcher. And fly balls tend to go bye-bye. Danny Darwin even shakes his head. So Gil's 7 and 8 on the real year with an earned run average of .558. Get you a tube of Brill Cream, right? A little dab will do you. 109 and 2/3 innings for Gil. 144 hits. 27 home runs. He walked 29 while striking out 48. Defensively for Oakland, Johnny Damon is a 5 and a 3 out there in left, so he is not the ramen noodle arm center fielder the Red Sox will get. Terrence Long is a 3 and 3 in center. Jeremy Giambi and right is a 2 and a 3. My God, that's bad. Chavez is a 10 at third. Tejada a 6 at short. Ortiz a 2 at second. Jason Giambi is a 5 at first. Hernandez is 6 and a 3 behind the plate. And Gil is a 7 on the mound with a .941 fielding percentage. Seattle lines up like this. Ichiro and right leading off. He's already hitting .556. He hit .350 in real life. Mike Cameron will bat second and play center field. Edgar Martinez, the DH, goes third. John Olerud cleans up at first. Brett Boone will bat fifth and play second base. Martin in left will go sixth. Guillen, Carlos that is, at short will bat seventh. Lampkin behind the plate goes eighth, and David Bell at third will bat ninth. Seeley threw 10 pitches in the first. Heredia digs in, so does Ichiro, 5 for 9 with an RBI. .350 on the real year, 8 homers, and 69 RBI. Gil starts his season with a liner in the left for a base hit. Damon fires it back in, but Ichiro is on with a leadoff single. So that'll bring up Mike Cameron, 0 for 6 to start the season with an RBI. He struck out 4 times. On the real season, 267, 25 homers, 110 RBI, and he swung on and missed a lot. He struck out 155 times. Heredia throws to first, and Mr. Ichiro is back. So now he'll work on Cameron. And Mike swings into left field. Damon moving over. And will make the catch. Ichiro goes back to first. So this is D. Scott Howard's playground. Safeco Field. I think it's now T-Mobile Field, right? And the old Kingdome in the background behind where the Oakland lineup is. Here's Edgar Martinez. Edgar, 1 for 6 on the season with a home run and 2 RBI. 306 on the real season, 23 homers and 116 RBI. Heredia throws to first. Suzuki is back. And now he'll worry about Edgar. And he struck him out. He got him to look at an 0-2 fastball, 2 out. Batting average in that at bat was 440 something. Goodness gracious. So here's Olerud. And yep, when we were doing the regular pictures for doing the exhibition games, Olerud was wearing a hat, which is not something he ever wore in the field. He wore the batting helmet. 2 for 6 on the short season so far with a triple. In real life, 302, 21 homers, and 95 RBI. Ichiro on first, Olerud into left field. Damon will make the play, and that will do it. So the Mariners get a base hit and leave Ichiro on. We've played 1 here at Safeco, no score. Olmedo signs, not Junior. Olmedo is 1 for 6 with a double. Hit .220 for Oakland in 2001, 9 homers and 32 RBI. Seeley starts the second with a fly ball right center field. Cameron has excellent range, but that ball is well struck, and it's 1-0 Oakland. So Signs crushes that one, and the A's draw first blood. How you doing, Big Dave? So 3 of my most common chatters have that blue on black tonight. Midlife Crisis, Matt, and Dave. It's Eric Chavez, not Andy. Here's the Signs home run again. Cameron started and just simply ran out of real estate as that bounces by the batter's eye. It is a cool evening here in Seattle. 60 degrees. The roof is open and the winds are calm. So Eric Chavez, 2 for 8 on the young replay with the solo home run. 288 on the real year, 32 homers and 114 RBI. 1-0 Oakland as Chavez grounds this one to Seeley towards the bag at first, flips it to Olerud for the out, and there's 1 out for Miguel Tejada. Miguel off to a slow start in 0-1. He's 0 for 8. On the real season, 267, 31 homers, and 113 RBI. Remember, in the division, you play 19 times, unless you're the NL Central, over the course of the regular season. Seeley's pitch struck him out. Tejada chased the fastball, and there's 2 out. And that'll bring up Terrence Long. 0 for 6 so far. 283, 12 homers, and 85 RBI on the real year. Seeley kicks and fires. Right back up the middle, Carlos Guillen has it. That hit the mound. Carlos had that one in his sights all the way, and Long is thrown out. However, Olmedo Signs a solo home run off the batter's eye in right center is the first run of the ball game. 1 run, 1 hit. That's it. After 1.5, 1-0 Oakland. So Brett Boone, Martin, and Carlos Guillen to face Heredia here in the second. Brett 3 for 4 to start the year with an RBI. He hit .331 on the real year, 37 homers, and 141 RBI. That's productive. And Heredia got him to swing and miss on an 84-mile-an-hour fastball. Got him to chase an 0-2. And this year, because that stuff was on the scoreboard by 2001, we will be giving speeds of pitches and such. Not every time, but it's there. Be weird to do it in the 80s and such, unless you were sitting behind the Panama Hat guy at Dodger Stadium. Al Martin There's a Volvo dealership here in Burlington that's called Al Martin Volvo, but it's one word, not two. So Al Martin is 0 for 4 on the year. 247 homers and 42 RBI on the real year. One out. Heredia kicks and fires. Popped up. Tejada goes to the bag, but Long will get that. And there's 2 away for Carlos Guillen, who's 0 for 5. But he has walked, stolen a base, and scored twice. Really, his real number is 259, 5 homers, and 53 RBI. You guys are a quiet bunch today. Heredia trying to get out of the second, will not, as Guillen goes the other way to left center. Damon will hustle it back in, and that's a second Seattle hit. So Tom Lampkin, how you doing, pesky pole? Tom Lampkin, his first game of the year, 225. Yep, I know the people listen while they work at lunch. 225, 5 homers, and 22 RBI for Tom in part-time duty. Heredia deals, and Lampkin up the middle. Tejada hopes to cut it off. He does. Throws it to Jason Giambi, and that will retire the side. So the Mariners leave a runner on, no runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the third here in Seattle. It's 1-0 A's. So Mike eating his hot lunch. Here's Jeremy Giambi, 1 for 4 on the season with a double. 283 for Jeremy. 12 homers and 57 RBI. Jeremy, by the way, passed away sadly this past year. Struck him out. Seeley got him on a 1-2 fastball on the outside corner. 1 out for Ramon Hernandez, who looks like in that picture, if you've played OOTP and you know how the game creates characters, he looks like one of those, doesn't he? Hernandez 0 for 6 to start the season, hitting .254 in real life, 15 homers, and 60 RBI. Seeley kicks and fires. Hernandez strikes out. He swung on and missed a Bugs Bunny fastball on a 1-2 count, and that's 3 for Aaron. So 34 pitches for his opening 9, 2 2/3. The hit was a solo homer to Signs, and Seeley has struck out 3. Johnny Damon is 0 for 1. I had leftover pizza for lunch, by the way. Pitch to Damon is a ground ball to Guillen. Carlos deep in the hole over to first, and that will retire the side. A's go down quietly in their half of the third, 1-0 Oakland. So Andrew, as David Bell steps to the plate, David 1 for 6 on the season, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts, real year 260, 15 homers and 64 RBI. It's going to do 75 in roster card. 74 at good races. And obviously, the Reds, the big draw in 75. The last of Oakland's good teams for a while. The Red Sox in the American League East. What possessed you to want to do 75? And are you going to be using Digital Diamond as a helper? Pitch to Bell. Struck him out. He got him on an 0-2 fastball looking. And there's 1 out for Ichiro. So Heredia, who is kind of one of those pitchers that Earl Weaver would be, doing some Cuddy Sark with his Chesterfields in the dugout. Good first 9, 35 pitches, 2 1/3 innings, 2 hits and 3 strikeouts. Ichiro into right field. Jeremy Giambi in the corner and makes the catch. Had to run to get it. And there's 2 out for Cameron, who's 0 for 1. Gill deals. In the left, Damon He's been a busy guy out there. Will make the catch, and the Mariners go in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 3, Oakland 1, Seattle nothing. So Jose Ortiz, who is 0 for 1, steps up. Right center, Cameron makes the catch, 1 out. Here's Jason Giambi. Jason's 0 for 1. And with Jason at the plate, a reminder that all of our 2001 and Action PC Season Odyssey is brought to you by Special K, Vitamin B12 Enriched Edition. Get those served with a nice cream sauce. Special K, for when you need that extra boost. He draws the walk. So here's Signs. He hit that solo home run to right center in the second. That's right, you only have the iPad. Andrew grew up in Louisville and got the Reds a lot on TV before cable. What are you going to use, iScore? That works for the iPad, right? Pitch to Signs. Hit him! Oh, ho, ho, ho. There's been some words exchanged. Signs, I think, took a little too long to round the bases. And so Signs and Seeley kind of have a few words as Chavez digs in. He's 0 for 1. But it's never good to hit the batter that hit the home run off of you. And there's a murmur here amongst the garlic-covered grasshoppers that this big crowd is munching on here in Seattle. So first and second, 1 out for Chavez. Oakland looking to get another run. That's into right field. Ichiro runs over in the corners, a high fly ball, but will be off the wall. So Ichiro has to play it off a hop. Jason Giambi scores. Chavez stops at third. I'm sorry, Ortiz stops at third. Someone stops at third. And Chavez stops at second with a double. And it's 2-0 Oakland. So Signs and Seeley are still barking at each other. Here's Tejada, who struck out his first time up. A's looking for their first win of the season. Teguian will go for the sure out at first, and Tejada is retired. Signs will score. Chavez moves to third, and it's 3-0 Oakland. So here is Terrence Long. Terrence is 0 for 1. Seeley fires, and it's a ground ball right back to Aaron towards the mound. Throws to Olerud, and that will retire the side. But there were some fireworks, and Oakland gets 2 runs on a hit. They leave a runner on. There's no errors. Bottom of the 4th here in Seattle, 3-0 A's. And before we get to Edgar Martinez, here's a look at the standings. Atlanta has scored 15 runs in their 2 games. In the Central, we've been told to stop the season because Houston is 1-0. San Francisco, Arizona, and Colorado all 1-0. Red Sox, Yankees, and Tampa all in first place. White Sox and Twins won their opener. Seattle has a half-game lead over Anaheim. And Oakland 0-2. So Edgar struck out his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Heredia deals, and he got him again. An 0-2 fastball swung on and missed. So John says, I'm about 32 total games into a King of the Hill with Steve Tate's files. By the way, if you got a question for Steve, we're talking to him right after this. You've had 3 brawls, 2 of which involve the 06-10 Cubs, which you've talked about, an impressive team. In one, Roy Halladay hit 2 guys in a row after giving up a homer. After getting tossed, Brett Myers came in, and I've had that hit the first batter. Really messes you up. That is old school. And Andrew's going to probably go with just Excel with a simple spreadsheet. Well, enjoy. I like roster card an awful lot. Olerud, by the way, 0 for 1. Already his pitch. And there's a little looper that's going to drop in front of Long for a base hit. Zilderon uses Excel. What are you doing for a replay, my friend? So 3 hits for the Mariners. Boone, 0 for 1. Brett struck out his first time up. Heredia deals. And there's a looper that's going to drop in front of Damon in left field. And so the Mariners are cooking with gas. Olerud is going to bluff to go to third. Pinella isn't going to send him. So first and second, 1 out for Al Martin-Volvo. Al is 0 for 1. Heredia, again, one of those kind of hold-your-breath pitchers. He's thrown 58 pitches with 1 out here in the 4th. Martin might be 2 here. Chavez, a fantastic play. Ortiz for 1. There is no throw to first. So they get the 4s, 5-4. So 2 out. Olerud on third, Martin on first, and Guillen the tying run at the plate, and he singled his first time up. You're still working on the 2010 Indians and Strat and 96 pocket pennant run. Mr. Gardner was playing that last night. So Heredia trying to get out of this unscathed. Pitch to Carlos. And he will get out of it unscathed unless Damon drops it. Damon is there. Closes the glove, and Seattle gets nothing. And likes it. No runs, 2 hits, no errors. The Mariners straying 2. We go to the 5th here in Seattle. It's Oakland 3, the Mariners nothing. Yeah, if you use, obviously, the game updates itself automatically on Steam, Digital Diamond. But the patch number will still be called the same. So it may be ready for you. Here's Jeremy Giambi. He struck out his first time up. Seeley starts the 5th. Got him. A 1-2 rainbow curve. Got him looking. So 1 out for Ramon Hernandez, who struck out his first time up. Seeley fiddles with the glove, delivers, ground ball right side, base hit. Ichiro will pick it up. So opening 18 for Aaron, 59 pitches, 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits, the homer to Signs, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. Damon, by the way, is 0 for 2. And he flies this one to right. Ichiro, is he going to run out of real estate? Yes, he is. And a goat from Bellingham made the catch. They allowed that here in Seattle. Goats in the stands. An 0-2 count to Damon now. Johnny hits a ground ball left side past a diving Guillen, and Martin will pick it up. So Oakland 2 on and 1 out for Jose Ortiz, who is 0 for 2. Remember, both teams won 100 games in 01. This is a slow bounder to Bell. David, only play is to first, and I don't think he's going to get him. Ortiz lunges and is out. So by the end of it, Ortiz was trying to look like a sprinter trying to cross the finish line and throw, barely beat him. But he did move everybody up 90, 2 out for Jason Giambi. So Hernandez on third, Damon on second, and a single would make it a 5-run game because Damon has speed to spare. Seeley looks around and delivers, and it's about to be a 5-0 game unless Cameron can get there. He does! That was just kind of a looping line drive, and Cameron made the play. He was positioned perfectly. So the A's leave on 2, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. Halfway home on a Wednesday afternoon in Seattle or in Burlington, we're about to get some ice. It's 3-0 Oakland. So if you joined us late, here's how we got here. Signs a solo shot to right center off or by the batting eye to make it 1-0 in the second. Then Oakland doubled their pleasure in the fourth. Chavez an RBI double to score Giambi to make it 2-0, and then a fielder's choice from Tejada to make it 3-0. So Heredia, who's not going to give Oakland a heck of a lot of good starts, has done pretty well. A 4-hit shutout through 4. Seeley, a 4-hitter through 5, but all the runs are earned and he's given up 3. And baby, if you ever wondered what happened to Zelderun, he's living in Cincinnati right now, where it's a nice breezy 57 today. And we are not on WKRP. Tom Lampkin, by the way, is 0 for 1. Heredia needs 3 outs to get the win, or at least a chance of it. He's at 65 pitches. He starts the 5th with a walk, and now he's gone. Heredia gets into it, and Heredia is sent to the showers. It was a close pitch, and Heredia said a couple words, but you can't call the umpire a maternal fornicator, saying that is on a 3-0 pitch that is a horse hockey call. And I believe the words bovine excrement was said a few times. So Heredia now will not get the chance for a win because he just got thrown out on a ball 4. London Enjoyer, who joins us for the first time in the chat, don't remember this rivalry being this fiery. This year it certainly is. So Jim Mashir will come in. Jim has already thrown 2 games in this series. He's thrown 2 innings. 31 years old, a splitter at 92 and a ground ball plus pitcher. He is 32nd in the American League in ERA. So he's going for the 3rd straight night. Last night, he went inning in 2/3 in their 2-1 loss. 17 pitches, and that's it. Overall, 2 innings and a strikeout. Throws a splitter at 92. Overall, 2-8 for Oakland, 3 saves, and a 3.43 ERA. Mr. London Enjoyer, whereabouts are you from? 63 innings, 54 hits, 4 homers, 26 walks, and 61 strikeouts. So Lampkin off at first, and now you weren't going to get much more out of Heredia anyway. But now your bullpen needs 15 outs as opposed to 12. beautiful, currently rainy Southern California. It never rains in Southern California. Girl, don't they warn you? When it pours, man, it pours. And you can find some Farmer John sausages at your Safeway to cook up, to grill up in the rain, which never happens in Southern California. Bell struck out his first time up. Macheers laces this one into right field. Giambi will pick it up. Lampkin is going to hold at second. So first and second for Ichiro. It's not who the A's want to face right now. He is 1 for 2. So Lampkin on second, Bell on first. Zelderon's been to San Diego. Great food. Oh, I bet it is. And I'm sure it has nothing to do with Carl's Jr. So Macheer is already in the hothouse, trying to hold on to this 3-0 lead. Ichiro hits this one in the left. Kind of got too much of it. Late swing, and Damon will let that one... Did he make the catch? He did make the catch. How about that? So Lampkin will hold. Damon found the section of fans from Vancouver because they were polite and got out of his way. So 1 out, first and second. Tribe fan, how are you? There's an annual pinball festival called It Never Drains in Southern California. That's funny. Our own Todd B probably plays, except for the George Hendrick machine because he's too lazy to put the quarter in. Cameron is 0 for 2. First and second, 1 out. If they're trying to get 2 innings out of Macheer, he needs a ground ball right now. Cameron does do it. Chavez. Ortiz for 1 over to Giambi, and they get it. And that's why it's called the pitcher's best friend. They go around the horn 5-4-3. The Mariners get nothing. No runs, a hit, and no errors. We go to the 6th here in Seattle. 3-0 Oakland. So here's Signs, who homered in the 2nd and got plunked in the 4th. And so Seeley and Signs stare at each other. Aaron this time doesn't hit him. Ground ball again. Carlos behind the bag over to first for the out. So here's Chavez. Eric 1 for 2. And the first few times we get through teams, I'm not quite familiar with who everyone is yet. Chavez has an RBI double. He got that in the 4th. Ground ball to Seeley towards the bag at first. 2 out. So here's Tejada. Miguel off to a slow start. 0 for 10 on the year. 0 for 2 today, but does have an RBI. And a strikeout. Seeley's pitch. Right, Aaron way towards the bag at third. Aaron Seeley playing defense out there like he's a soccer goalie. How about that? Oakland, no runs, no hits, no errors. Bottom of the 6th, it's 3-0 Oakland. So Martinez, Olerud, and Boone for Seattle. And Macheer will try to get another inning out of it. Edgar has struck out twice. Heredia fanned him both times. But it was Heredia getting tossed in the 5th that brought Jim in. Ground ball foul, third base side. Somebody from Corvallis, Oregon made the catch. 2-2 the count. And Martinez punches this one into left center. Long will pick it up. And Mashir's hurt. They're going to leave him in. So nobody out. We look at the replay, and I think there's a blister developing on a finger. Here's Olerud. John is 1 for 2 with the single. Yes, they were at, Brad, they were at Safeco then. I think 99 was their first year. It was because they beat the Yankees in 95 in that classic LDS that the stadium bond passed. And when you see, when I hit the hit button here for Oakland, you can see where the Kingdome was. Pitch to Olerud. John hits a slow ground ball to Tejada. Miguel's only play is to first, and Olerud is out on the bang-banger. So 1 out. Edgar on second for Brett Boone, who was 1 for 2. He is singled and struck out. 3-0 Athletics here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 out. Pitch to Boone. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. Jeremy Giambi picks it up. Martinez, what will he do? He's going to hold at third. Remember, Mashir's working now with a blister on his finger. And here's Al Martin, who was 0 for 2. Midseason move to Safeco in 99. And then they could implode the Kingdome and build CenturyLink in its spot. So 99 obviously was one of the years the Seahawks played at Husky Stadium. Yep, Safeco T-Mobile Park will be home to the 2024 Winter Classic between the Kraken and the Vegas Golden Knights. And Dan Tana will not be there to drop the first puck. So runners on the corners, 1 out. Hernandez makes sure that that blister hasn't grown. Martin, that's a slow chopper up the middle. Ortiz will go to Tejada for the force. Martinez scores. Martin will reach on the 4-6 fielder's choice, and it's 3-1. So Seattle's on the board. And here's Carlos Guillen, who's 1 for 2 with a single. That should be fun. I like seeing it go to new places. Not sure how cold it gets in Seattle. Here come the M's. Throw to first, and Martin is back. Bashir goes home. There goes Martin. The throw down to Tejada is not in time. So a steal for Al Martin. And Guillen now being the tying run at the plate. He's 1 for 2. Here come the M's indeed. Ground ball to Chavez. Eric looks over to first, and that's close. And Guillen is, I believe they're going to call him safe. The throw home is in time. Not in time. They score. So Al Martin scores on an infield single. And that's new in the game. Martin just ran right through a stop sign. So Chavez, who has a good arm, threw a good strike to Jason Giambi. Guillen beat it out, and Martin just motored right through. And that scores a run. So Messier's day is done. Mark Guthrie comes in to pitch for Oakland. He has not pitched in this replay yet. 35 years old. A slider is his specialty, and his fastball tops out at 89. He is a ground ball pitcher. And this place is buzzing, not because of the grasshoppers they're eating, but on the fact that Al Martin literally just stole a run. Guthrie pitched in 54 games for Oakland. 6-2 the record with a save and a 4.47 earned run average. 52 in the third innings, 49 hits, 7 homers, 20 walks, and 52 strikeouts. Seattle sensing some disarray. We'll go with Dan Wilson as a pinch hitter. He is 0 for 7 on the replay so far with 4 strikeouts. On the real season, 265, 10 homers, and 42 RBI. So the Mariners play matchup. Guillen on first, Wilson a go-ahead run. Guthrie takes a deep breath, and Wilson chops this one to Tejada, who will go to second for the shore out, and the rally is done. But how about Al Martin stealing that run on the infield hit? They get 2 on 3 hits. They leave a runner on, no errors. We go to the 7th here in Seattle. It's the A's 3, the Mariners 2. So Seeley should get the 7th. Long, Giambi, and Hernandez. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for Oakland. And they've left on 3. Seattle has 2 runs on 8 hits, no errors. And they have left on 6. Pitched along is a fly ball center field. Cameron should get this. He does. 1 out. So here's Jeremy Giambi. Jeremy is struck out twice. He's 0 for 2. Seeley has fanned 4 overall. And Jeremy hits a high fly ball to right. Back goes Ichiro to the track, and that ball is gone. So the A's get themselves a huge insurance run, just shy of the facing of the second deck. So that's his first of the year. The second home run that Seeley has given up. Almeida Signs hit the other one, and it's 4-2 Oakland. Ichiro thought he had a chance, and all he could do in the end is turn and watch it go. So if you got any questions for Steve Tate, let me know. So it's a 2-run lead again. Ramon Hernandez has singled and struck out. He's 1 for 2. And someone didn't move the mouse the right way, so you'll have to watch the home run again. Apparently we got the Oakland feed. So if Seeley hits Hernandez, all heck is going to break loose here. He doesn't. Ground ball to Guillen behind the bag at second, over to Olerud for the out. So 2 out for Damon. Seeley, 27 batters, 94 pitches, 6 2/3, 5 hits. The Achilles heel, the 2 solo shots, Signs and Giambi. He has walked 1 and struck out 4. London Enjoyer says watching it twice because Jeremy doesn't hit as many as Jason. That's true. Pitch to Damon. Here's a ground ball. Guillen will gather it up. Snap throw to first, and Johnny is out on the spot. Stretch time for 2 A's. So it'll be Bell, Ichiro, and Cameron to face Guthrie, who threw all of one pitch. Bell rather, 1 for 2. He is singled and struck out. Guthrie gets set. High fly ball to left. That should stay in the yard. Or maybe not. Damon goes back, way back there, and that's gone. So son of Buddy with a solo shot to make it 4-3. And that one we'll see again. Bell just crushed that one. Bell was trying to get back into the old kingdom. So here's Ichiro. That's a 9th hit for Seattle. They've left on 6. Ichiro 1 for 3 today, 6 for 12 on the year. He strikes out, gets away from Hernandez, and the throw down to Giambi is there for the out, 1 away. So 2-3 on the K. Here's Mike Cameron, who has not struck out today, but is 0 for 3. Chopper down to third. Chavez across the way. Cameron can run, but Chavez has a good arm, and Mike is out on the bang-banger. 2 out for Martinez. Edgar 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out twice. Guthrie winds and deals, and there's a slow bounder to Ortiz. And that will retire the side, not before the Mariners get the run back on the David Bell home run. It's going to do it for Seeley. We go to the 8th, 4-3 Oakland. So righty, lefty, righty. Who can pitch to a righty? It'll be Jeff Nelson, who has thrown a third of an inning. Nelson, 34 years old. Slider. That fastball tops out at 91 and a ground ball pitcher. He pitched last night. 4 pitches, retired a batter. Overall, 4 and 3, 4 saves, an earned run average of 276, 65 and a third innings, 30 hits, 3 homers, 44 walks, 88 strikeouts. I would imagine the A's would pinch hit for Ortiz here, who's 0 for 3. John asks, what's the best way to touch base with him regarding mistakes or oversights? I'm not comfortable doing it on public forum. All right, I will ask. If I remember. What was the final score last night? I believe the Mets got a run. Braves won. I think 5-1. Rocker came in to finish it. And I don't know if Brad's still with us. I don't know, because Brad quoted the Rocker quote, that the infamous one from Sports Illustrated. And it didn't set off. Is Brad ever with us? No. Somehow, with all those words that were questionable, it didn't set off the auto mod in Twitch. That just went right up there. You say the word monster, and it holds it for, oh no, that might be bullying. But what, did Rocker say something that wasn't accurate? Whether it's accurate, I don't, if you don't say it in public. I mean, it's amazing what the Twitch auto mod will hold. No, it was fine. I just wasn't going to read it out loud. I was just saying I was stunned that the auto mod didn't have an absolute seizure with what Rocker said. Anyway, they're not going to pinch hit for Ortiz. Ground ball to Boone. Brett behind the bag, over to first, 1 out. No, that's fine. All you need to know about the Braves-Mets rivalry from that era is that Chipper Jones named one of his kids, or the middle name of one of his kids, Shay. So a lot of mutual respect between the two. Jason Giambi has walked and scored. He's 0 for 2. Liner right to Guillen, 2 out. So here's Almedo signs. He hit the solo homer in the second. He has scored 2 of the 4 Oakland runs. And now they're going to pinch hit Mario Valdez. Mario, 1 for 1 on the replay. 278, limited action on the real year, a homer and 8 RBI. Delson's pitch. There's a slow ground ball to Guillen. He has to reach for it. Snap throw to first, and that is in time. So Nelson does his job. You go to the bottom of the 8th here. 4-3 Oakland. So Olerud, Boone, and Martin. Again, Al Martin pretty much stealing a run to make it a 4-2 game. Olerud 1 for 3 with a single. Drops this one into center field in front of Long for a single. Valdez, or D's, stays in the game as a pinch hitter, as a DH rather. Here's Brett Boone, 2 for 3, a single twice and struck out. Line drive left field, and Damon will pick it up. Olerud's going to hold. So first and second, nobody out for Al Martin, who is 0 for 3. However, he reached, stole a base and scored on an infield hit from second. Mutual respect, or that Chipper hit a slash line of 313, 407, or 557 for a 964 OPS at Shea in his career. Oh, damn. I think a bit of both. They called him Larry. I got 2 right fielder or left fielders here. Who can hit a lefty? And the answer is Stan Javier. So the old friend is 0 for 2. The Mets turned Chipper into Barry Bonds. On the real season, Javier 292, 4 homers, and 33 RBI. You might as well call it, Tribe fan, says Larry Wayne Jones Stadium. Brad says, you know you've been watching too much of Ron when you find yourself singing Who Can Hit a Lefty on your own Sims. The Candyman can. All right, so Javier in the pinch hit. Olerud on second. He's a tying run. Brett Boone is the go-ahead run. Guthrie deals. And there's a chopper up the middle. Tejada snares it. Ortiz for 1. And Javier will reach. There's no throw. So 1 out. Infield playing in for Guillen, who is 2 for 3. And so Javier is going to walk to second. Got the throw down to Ortiz is not in time. And Javier has himself the freebie. So now the go-ahead run is in scoring position for Guillen with the infield playing in. Mariners had a great bench. Pinch hitters hitting 320, 402, 560 with 15 extra base hits and 25 RBI and 118 at plate appearances. And Javier is trying to prove that point right now. 1 out, a 1 strike count. Guillen, chopper to Ortiz. Olerud holds. Giambi back to the bag at first, and 2 out. Guthrie tired for Dan Wilson, who came in is 0 for 1 when Guthrie came in. So let's see what they do here. Guthrie stays in the game. Wilson chops one to Tejada. Miguel's going to have to get out of his glove in a hurry, and the Mariners can't do diddly. No runs, 2 hits, they leave 2 on. We go to the 9th, 4-3 Oakland. So Javier in his 6'2", 6 range and 2 arms stays in the game. Nelson will start the 9th. Chavez 1 for 3, a double and an RBI. A good one here between the A's and the Mariners. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors for Oakland. They've left on 3. Seattle trying to sweep this one. 3 runs, 11 hits, no errors, and they've left on 8. Chavez 1 for 3, ground ball to Olerud. Nelson goes to the bag, 1 out. Brings up Tejada, who is 0 for 3. He has driven in a run on a fielder's choice and struck out. Fly ball left field. Javier getting tested early and will make the catch. 2 out. No, foul. That one's foul. The one that seemed to be well in the seats before was caught. So here's a 1-2 count to Tejada. Nelson kicks and fires. Ground ball to Olerud. John takes it himself. 2 out. So in the bottom of the 9th, David Bell, Ichiro, and Mike Cameron. Here's Long. Terrence is 0 for 3. Nelson struck him out. And that'll do it. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 9th here at Safeco. Future New York Men of America, or maybe prior New York Men of America, Jason Isringhausen coming in. So Jason trying to close this out for the first Oakland win of 0-1. Jason is 28. Throws the cutter at 93, a fly ball pitcher, as he pitched 65 times for Oakland. 4-3, 34 saves, an earned run average of 265, 71 in the 3rd innings, 54 hits, 5 home runs, 23 walks, and 74 strikeouts. So Bell, Ichiro, and Cameron tries to produce a run here in the 9th. 4-5-0 for Oakland. They've left on 3. Seattle 3-11-0, and they left on 8. Pitch to Bell is a ground ball to Chavez. Eric's going to have to hurry, and there is 1 out. Not answering that call either. So here's Ichiro, 1 for 4 with a strikeout. He also has singled. Chopper over the mound. Tejada has it. Throws to Giambi. And there is 2 away. So last chance saloon for Seattle is Mike Cameron. Mike is 0 for 4. Izzy deals into center field. The A's are going to get their first win of 0-1. Long closes the glove and does the job. In fact, he has a web gem, a diving, sliding catch on the grass, and Oakland hangs on 4-3. So the A's win. 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They're 1-2. They left on 3. So they were quite efficient. Seattle, 3 runs, 11 hits, no errors. And they left on 8. Nasir gets the win after Heredia got thrown out in the 5th. Inning and 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Mark Guthrie gets the win 2 in the third, 3 hits, and the home run to Bell. And Isringhausen with the clean ninth. He did it on 8 pitches. Bashir gets the hold despite having minus stuff. Aaron Seeley, 7 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Signs and Jeremy Giambi with the homers. He walked 1 while striking out 4. Nelson, 2 good innings of relief to get it. So we're going to give... We'll give it to Giambi? Oh, Jeremy Giambi. He hit the home run. That pretty much was the winning run for Oakland. So the rest of this Wednesday in baseball, we're with you tomorrow at noon Eastern, and that'll be it for the week. So playing the games of April 4th, Cubs 7, Expos 3, Jeff Facero gets the win. Lloyd takes the loss. Stevens, his first of the year, 1 for 3 to walk. Hey, break up the Reds. They beat the Pirates 2-1. Riedling gets the win. Silva takes the loss. Ken Griffey Jr., speaking of him, it's his first of the year. Phillies down the Marlins 3-1. Chen gets the win. Brad Penny, for his thoughts, goes to 0-1. Cliff Floyd, 2 for 4, his first of the year. Mets beat the Braves 3-1. Kevin Apier goes to 1-0. Kevin Millwood goes to 0-1. Robin Ventura, 2 for 3, his first of the year. Cleveland over Chicago 4-1. Finley, his first win. Eldred, his first loss. Wickman with the save. Tampa beats Toronto 3-2 rather. Ashley Judd gets the win, 1-0. Paul Quantrill takes the loss. He's 0-1. Kansas City beat the Yankees 7-3. Stein 1-0. Andy Pettit falls to 0-1. Carlos Feebles 2 for 5 and a home run. In 11 innings, Baltimore beats Boston 1-0. That, by the way, was the Hideo Nomo no-hitter in real life. Ken Ryan goes to 1-0. Derek Lowe falls to 0-1. Bordick 2 for 4, stolen base. Houston beats Milwaukee 4-2. Jose Limo 1-0. Rigdon 0-1. Lugo 2 for 5, a home run, and drove in 2. Anaheim walks 15 batters. Texas beats them 11-7. Oliver 1-0. Rapp 0-1. That's Pat, I believe. Anderson, is that Garrett? 5 for 5, 5 RBI, and 3 doubles. The Rockies beat the Cardinals 8-4. Denny Nagel 0-1. Andy Benes 0-1. Ray Langford hits 2 home runs, drives in 4. San Diego shuts out San Francisco 9-0. Jarvis with a win. Kirk Reeder takes a loss. Trammell 2 for 4, his first of the year, and drives in 3. Arizona beats LA 6-4. Kurt Schilling, his first win of the year. Darren Dreifert takes the loss. Mark Grace 2 for 5, a first of the year, and drives in 3. So that will do it for that. Yeah, 50 bucks. Yeah. Albert Pujols, by the way, his first MLB game was the Cards and Rockies on opening day. So there you go. To end the season, the Rays are leading the division. Tomorrow's game will be... is the game of the 6th. And it will be... you're going to see Greg Maddux and the Atlanta Braves play the Florida Marlins. So Greg Maddux gets the call, and we'll have that for you at noon tomorrow. I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow for the Braves and the Squishy Fishies from Joe Robbie. Have a good night, everybody. Yep, I feel old. Thanks, Brad.